Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be showing you the difference between the Bobcat with joystick controls versus a Bobcat with hand and foot controls. Right now we're sitting in a T595. Personally, this is what I like. This is what's easy. Excuse the hoodie and the hat, it's really cold outside. It's really simple to use. It doesn't take long to learn. Now, of course, if you've been in a hand and foot controlled unit your entire life and you're in your 60s, obviously it's going to be different, but it's realistically not that difficult to get used to. So I'm going to be going over the little differences here and there. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more great content like this. Let's get started. This is obviously a joystick controlled unit. As you can tell, there's no foot pedals except for this. That's your throttle. So in a Bobcat joystick unit, they usually have an ISO button or an H pattern button. ISO means one is for your forward and back up, forward and reverse and everything. Your other control is for your bucket position. So you lock it here. So pick up, you got your tilt, you got your down, you got your down. H pattern, rather. So you got to come back over here and unlock it. So that means both controls. Now I'm trying to hold on to my phone here. So your right stick controls your right track, or the tires on the right side, and the left will control your left side. When you put this side in, that's tilt. When you move this side in, well, let's go up. So you push this side out, that'll pick up the front. When you push down, it'll lower the front. When you move this in, it'll tilt back. When you push it out, it'll tilt down. Let's go back to ISO because that's what I'm used to. That's what I find easier. Now the guy I work with, he likes the H pattern because it's the closest to a hand and foot control unit as you can get. You know, it's all your hands, no foot. So you might be able to hear me, hopefully. So like I said, this is a T595. There's really no difference on the outside that you can tell that it's a joystick or hand and foot controlled unit. It's all just strictly inside. So like I said, when you're operating a joystick controlled unit, your left side is your forward and reverse everything, side to side. This side is your bucket, tilt, and everything like that. So let's go ahead and try operating this thing. Maybe you guys can hear me. So real easy to use. Very fine to the touch. Very smooth. The ground's hard as crap, so it's not gonna look very good. So just go to the side a little bit. Gonna go to the side very slowly, just barely touch it. Gonna go quick, move it quickly. We're out. It's very easy, very user friendly. And you're not really gonna screw up. Sometimes even this will get touchy, like I said there. So it's real easy. Really user friendly. And then we're gonna be dropping the forks. So pick that up. Push that up. And then what I do is push that out. Maybe back up. Back, and you're good to go. So let's move on to the hand and foot control machine. One other point, as like I showed you guys, this is the throttle. So you obviously are not going to have that on a hand and foot machine. So this is obviously your throttle. You can move that up and it'll stay there, or you can feather it if you need to. It just all around makes the machine, I feel like, perform better. Like I'm going to say this now. This is strictly my own opinion and some facts regarding how to operate the machine. But my opinion is that this is a superior machine. You just can't beat it. The hand and foot control, like, that has time, but now this is here, you shouldn't look past the joystick controls. All right, so what we have here is actually an R series Bobcat, and this is sticks and pedals. This is a brand new unit. So there's your sticks, and there your pedals. So with these machines, I'm not going to run it because with the sticks, it's more complicated than not necessarily complicated, but more difficult to use, especially like you're not going to be able to use it with one hand, which is what I got right now since I'm holding the camera. This is obviously this is gonna be your left side. This is gonna be your right side, and then you got your foot controls. So this is gonna pick the bucket up. That's gonna drop the bucket down. This is gonna tilt the bucket. That's gonna tilt it down. They're really awkward for me personally. Like, even if my seat's all the way back, it's difficult for me to get used to. Like, if I need to use, like, instead of like twisting my ankle down, now I messed my ankle up, so it actually hurts. But if I go to press down, like, if I have to go like tilt back or pick the bucket up, like, it's easier if you just completely move your feet instead of trying to like twist your ankles. I don't know if that's proper. That's just what I found easier, given my body build, I guess. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a weirdo. That's just what I found easier. So also on the left side, you'll have your rabbit mode or turtle mode. And then, you know, if you click rabbit, it'll put you in rabbit mode. You'll see that on the screen. It's blank now. If you click it again, it'll take you out. This is for if you have an attachment hooked up that also pivots or like slides, like sometimes the planers and stuff, they'll slide back here. So if you have a planer and you're looking to run a planer, you have your side to side motion. So that's going to run it, you know, run your attachment, let's say. If you come back here, you click that, it's going to run it nonstop. It's just the same as the joystick. The joystick's controls are set up the same way. It's just a different configuration, obviously. So personally, I'm not a fan of the sticks and pedals, mostly because they're more difficult to use. Not necessarily difficult, but like I was showing you in the joystick machine, when like you don't have to use a whole lot of pressure to move anything, to move the machine, to move your bucket. It doesn't take much pressure at all. With these, like sometimes with some of the machines, like you really have to put a lot of pressure down to get them to move, and it takes more wear on your arms. And then with your foot controls, it'll like for me personally, maybe it's because I'm not used to it. If you're used to it, it might be different. But for me personally, it's like it's not as fine. Like if you need to barely lift the bucket, like it's kind of like choppy. It's just not as smooth as a joystick control. So that's like my personal opinion, given my experience and what I've used them for and such. Like, if you're used to a stick and pedal machine, that, I mean, by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just kind of explaining the difference for those of you that don't know. So yeah, this is a stick and pedal machine, hand and foot machine, whatever you want to call it. I'd much rather prefer to be in a joystick machine, just because it's easier. You don't get that, like, it's just very fine, very smooth with whatever you're doing. Obviously, with any machine, if there can be accidents no matter what, so take that into consideration. I think on the video here, after kind of explaining the both, like I said in the beginning, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Take care. Have a great day.